This is Community Unveiled, Meeting the Secret Validators. On this podcast and YouTube series, we are here to allow the secret community to have a personal connection and insight into the validators that support the secret network. Here at Secure Secrets, we value community, privacy as a human right, transparency as the key to unlocking the full value of a decentralized community, and finally, continuous growth through teamwork and collaboration. I'm Carter Lee Wetzel with Secure Secrets, your host. Without further ado, let's meet our guest.
All right, we're officially recording.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna count us down. Okay. I will start off. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome back to Community Unveiled, Meeting the Secret Validators. This is episode number 6, and today we have a set of guests. For the first time in this series, we have more than one person that's actually here to represent a validator. So can you both introduce each other, talk about what your validator name is? So in your own words, who are you guys personally, professionally? 30 seconds.
Okay, let me start, guys. My name is Alex Falco, and I'm co-founder of Citadel.One, which is a professional validator and staking platform. And at Citadel.One, we provide customers with regular staking as a service and together with that, we provide a convenient way to stake their assets with like wallets they like, with on delegators they choose. We allow them to claim rewards easily and to track their portfolio history and rewards history. That's on my part. Gregory?
Yeah, okay. So hi guys. I am Gregory. I'm working on technical part of our project at Citadel.One, and I had an experience in working with other projects like Tezos, Cosmos. I know many technical stuff about them, and today I will ask about our Carter about technical stuff which we're interested in, and I can explain about our project more about technical side.
Very, very, very good. Excited to dive into it with you guys. So one thing I love about Community Unveiled, Meeting the Secret Validators, is that every guest has such a vastly different background. I think that's one unique part about blockchain, is it really pulls people in from so many different communities, different domains of expertise. So for both of you, what kind of got you into the blockchain space, and how long have you been in the crypto space?
Okay, I'm personally in blockchain space since 2013, so I'm quite for a long time in this field. And for me, it's not like, what brought me in, it's whom. I'm kind of a guy with traditional financial backgrounds, and back then I was not very happy with what was going on in world in general. Not speaking about like what's going on today, but I was pretty lucky to meet Andreas Antonopoulos, whom I personally consider to be one of the best, if not the best, guys who popularized the whole blockchain space. So I jumped in after like meeting him and watching a couple of his YouTube streams.
Wow! So you've been around since the
for 7 years, yeah.
Very impressive. How about you, Gregory?
The whole life,
If about me, I'm in blockchain area not so long time. It's about 3 or 4 years. If we talk about completely in blockchain, because before my current occupation, I worked at fact steel mining company, where we ran many different projects in IT area, and we even ran blockchain, corporate blockchain, using Ledger Fabric. So I was a manager there, technical team manager.
Sure.
And generally, maybe I have 4 years experience in it, but completely in blockchain, where looking for about open source project. Yeah, new things. It's about 2 or 3 years.
Sure. Seems like Citadel.One's got a decently, a pretty good sized team then, which is fun to see. So for Alex, what is special about the Secret Network, and what inspired you to be a validator for this network?
Okay, I can remember Enigma ICO back in 2017, and like all the craziness around it, and I was following the project since then. And for me personally, I think programmable privacy is like one of the most unique technological stacks on the market available right now. And like my personal opinion, that it's what separates 10 billion DeFi industry from 10 trillion DeFi industry, because I can see no other ways of like doing this kind of a leapfrog. And also, I'm a big fan of Cosmos ecosystem, and as far as we all know, all the liquidity sits on Ethereum, and in that sense, I think that Secret is positioned extremely well because of the fact that it combines Ethereum compatibility with like Tendermint consensus and all other features which Cosmos brings. And like, for me, running a Secret Validators node is a kind of a win-win,
Right. Do you see, obviously Citadel.One as an excellent validator. I'm curious, do you see Citadel.One like dipping their toes into the development side of things with secret contracts, or is it more so, no, we want to help harden the network, we want to be a part of that part of the community?
Yeah, actually, we have like a great plans. I don't want to be very specific right now, but we are focused on building our own product, and we have some kind of a vision. And definitely, we will utilize the technological stack which Secret Network provides, especially. We would like to develop staking derivatives, because it's really a missing part, and in that sense, staked assets are not participating in DeFi, because either you are staking or you are like doing whatever, right? And we see a great synergy with Secret in that sense,
Sure. Well, yeah.
So we are building, Mm-hmm.
So for the next question, we have a Secret Network, obviously 50 nodes is kind of the cap, and there's a range from smaller validators to larger validators. So what are the biggest challenges a small or like larger validator as yourself kind of encounters?
Like my ideas, like it doesn't matter whether you are a big or small, or how do you see yourself. Like the whole field is in the nascency right now, and the main problem is the absence of benchmarks, because we need some kind of standard practices, some standard terminology, procedures, and so on, in order to get a mainstream adoption. Because right now, for non-sophisticated, technical sophisticated user, it's really hard to get on board, because people all the time are confused. What is the difference between staking, baking, delegation, and so on, and like what is the difference between, let's say, available balance and staked balance, or staked balance and unvoted balance. Market is like very, very fragmented at the moment, and it needs some kind to be like how to say, unified, and like the second part of the problem for me is that in my opinion, people are very passive by their nature. They are not participating actively, and so they are not treating their assets as staked assets. As a real financial assets. And I have some examples when validators on multiple networks, they simply shut down their nodes, or let's say they increased commission substantially, and people simply did not care about redelegating. And this is like partly due to the fragmented system, and because we are lacking a good UX UI products which will make it easier for people to do this kind of stuff. So it's my vision.
I totally agree. I think there's definitely a stake and forget mentality that can occur, and it's one of those issues that I think, yeah, a way better user interface for users and better education material for them to understand, like the significance of staking, and that they actually do have control over delegating to multiple locations. I bet if you could look at percentage of like average users, how many of them actually delegate to multiple validators, I bet it's like a very, very, very small number, because that's considered a scary thing to do, even though it's such an important part of securing a decentralized network and favoring validators that are putting in the extra work and are technically proficient and have a good reputation. So I totally agree with you. That'll definitely evolve as time goes on. Concerning the technical side of things, kind of having like a uniform set of standards. Actually, it's interesting because in the infrastructure committee at Secret Network, that was something that was potentially that was talked about, is just kind of like coming up with a set of best practices and metrics that could be potentially tracked for validators, just to give the community a better idea of the differences between them. I don't think that's necessarily fully come to fruition yet, but it sounds somewhat in line with what you said about there seems to be a lack of uniformity when it comes to some of these things that with as much financial assets that are staked, it just seems like there should be those standards, right? So that'll be interesting to see that come. So for Gregory, I always like this question because people can take this in so many different directions. A lot of time people take this question in the governance direction, but from what it sounds like earlier, perhaps you have more so on the technical side of things. But what is your greatest concern for the Secret Network?
So my greatest concern, so I really believe in Secret Network, because privacy in blockchains is really what we need a long time ago. Yep, because for example, again, about my experience in running private node between two companies. Yep, we really did huge research about it, and we chose the Hyperledger Fabric solution. And we had many problems when we decide, who will hold validators nodes. So it was blockchain between some companies. Yeah, and we decide who will run it, how many nodes everybody will hold, and does each company has their technical staff to support node to run it. Yep, it was a really big headache for everybody. Yep, and that was the reason why many companies did not use blockchain. Yep, because they can't use Ethereum or other open blockchains. But to run their own blockchain is really hard. Yep, I worked with SAP. Yeah, SAP is a big IT provider. Yeah, for business IT for business. Yep, they sold blockchain Hyperledger Fabric as a service. Yep, and it was almost one way. And Quorum. Yeah, Quorum blockchain. Yeah, it's one or two ways to run your own node. Yeah, between companies. Yeah, and no other ways to use public blockchains. Yep, they thought about publishing snapshot in open blockchain, was encrypted snapshot, but it's another story. Yep, and Secret Network is a really great solution for it, for huge companies who want to store their data decentralized, encrypted, yeah, saving their privacy. Yep, I'm really feel passion of it, but now I'm just thinking about does Secret really has enough encryption, enough strong, yeah, to be used by these companies.
Right. So I've parsed through the encryption spec pretty closely and looked through it in detail. Is there any part of that process that like concerns you in particular with how things get distributed when a new node enters the network, or what part of it in particular, if you're like, yeah, that doesn't seem ideal to me?
So you asked me about running secret node or where problems, where
So you said that like you're curious if like private companies that come in if they'll kind of trust the level of encryption that's available. So I was curious within the encryption spec, like or just like in the process of distributing keys or the original seed, right? That's inside of the SGX that gets to parse through everything. Is there any part of the process that you think companies would look at and be like, that doesn't seem secure enough to me, or what in particular?
Yeah. Generally, they want to know who will hold the keys, from this encryption stuff. Yep. So it's a company who publish in blockchain information and who get it have to get the same key. Yeah, and how they change it. Yeah, how they one company can send key to another company.
Sure.
Yeah, it's first question. Yep. And second question is about generally encryption in secret network. Yep. It's like we have a general example. Yeah. If we talk about public Wi-Fi networks. Yep. Have you ever heard about man in the middle attack?
Yep.
Yeah. How does it work?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's in my mind, secret network works the same. Yeah. Many validators nodes send their keys to each other. Yeah, like K to encrypt, K to decrypt. But in the time when they send their keys, these keys could be stolen. Yeah.
Sure.
And after that, all traffic could be decrypted. And how secret solves this problem, and or secret does not have this problem.
Right.
That could be really interesting.
Sure. No, yeah. Thanks for chatting about that for a little bit. It's definitely it's so interesting because privacy and security are so tied together on this network that security really does have to be a massive priority, because if that breaks, then the privacy component completely breaks, right? So I'm confident with the architecture that exists, and I'm sure things will continue to be, the network will continue to be hardened as time goes on. But it's good to have people look at it and say, how can we make this better? Where are people going to have concerns? So thanks Gregory for bringing some of that input. So for Alex,
I can add something.
Sure.
Just briefly, like for me, I can share our own experience. Like for me, the main concern is like the dependence of secret on the Intel tech, let's say it this way, because not so many data centers and hardware setups available. You need like specific one, right? In order to, because all the encryption issues and so on. And like the next one, which bothers me, but not greatly, it may be a smart contract throughput, because again, contracts are encrypted, and I think they may be not as efficient as like unencrypted solutions, but we will never know until something really big will be built on secret, but it's mostly like a kind of, I don't know, speculation or whatever.
I do know that in terms of TEs with trusted execution environments, it's like there's not too many out there that are as reputable as SGX. But I think as time goes on, they will be an option to maybe use a different TE, or at least they're looking at some point, if the network demands it, to diversify away some of that, company specific risk, right? That's attached to SGX in particular. So we'll see how that evolves. And but I think you bring up a good point though, in terms of the scalability with the kind of encryption that we have with secret network versus like a non-private solution. So yeah, I agree.
But in any case, if you need privacy, you need to sacrifice something. I think
right.
If the backdrop will not be too big, it's gonna be okay. I'm not worried about that.
Sure. So moving on to the next question for Alex, how do you see the secret network in the community evolving, within the next 2 years? I like to say 2 years because in the cryptocurrency space, like 2 years is like an eternity. So
yeah. What I got from my 7 years experience on this market is that I don't know, you can make your assumptions as long as you like, but you are almost always wrong, right? Like I can remember back in 2017, 2018, when like everybody was speaking about the next Ethereum killer. It was like the most popular topic on the market, but it happened so that Ethereum itself is an Ethereum killer, right? And DeFi was like the next big thing to go. So as you said, 2 years, it's like a very, very long term on this market, but I'm pretty sure Secret will take its market share, if you may say so, because it is positioned extremely well, in my opinion, due to its unique tech and synergies which it brings into the DeFi space. So in my opinion, the future will be bright for Secret. Like honestly, I do believe so.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I really agree. Privacy is something that the space will continue to recognize as an absolute necessity to be able to scale things. That it's not optional. At some point in time, there needs to be privacy integrated into so many different projects and solutions, or else it just can't scale. There will be certain enterprise use cases that just simply can't exist without that functionality. So I agree. The future is bright for Secret Network. So another question I have for you, and I always love talking about this because I'm passionate about decentralization. I'm passionate about governance. How do you feel about governance with the Secret Network? Is there anything you would change, or what's kind of Citadel.One's view of like
you know, it's
governance?
It's the most tough question because like I'm personally not very involved in government, not only in Secret, but like in general. We do our best and vote for all proposals, but still like it's like governance, it's a part of our business which we need to develop. I mean, it's like our weak point, to be honest. We just simply have like a kind of limited resources, and we are very focused on our own like product, on our solution, and so on. And in that case, I understand that such teams as Puzzle, they are very, very like valuable for the network, simply out of the fact that they are focused on like on one network, you know, on one ecosystem. And they are great guys. We are more kind of, how to say, a multi-network validator, and of course, like we will use secret tech, and we are passionate about it, but we are like kind of not very strong in governance. I'm sorry. So we need still to do a lot on this front, you know.
Sure. It's tough to do everything. I mean, there's definitely groups that at their core just love to build, right? And like that's what they do. And so I find that when I have these conversations, everyone's got their little niche, and I think it's totally okay if people aren't as involved in governance. You know, like if you're a builder and that's what you guys do, it's like that's part of your identity, right?
Still we are voting for like every proposal,
right,
you know,
right.
because we understand it's really important. But
yeah, totally. So for Gregory, because I'm assuming maybe you have some of this background information, what are your thoughts on IVC with Cosmos and the kind of the bridges that are being set up, and how do you envision Secret Network interacting with some of these other Cosmos projects?
Because of Secret Network was based on Cosmos SDK, it is very easy to make a bridge between two networks, and people can store their information in different blockchains, publish their smart contract in if they need to, I don't know, make some things privately, running some scripts, store their data, or they can just put their wallets inside Secret Network, encrypt, and after they can using bridge go this to another blockchain. And that's really useful in case of privacy, and this is a really big opportunity of Secret Network. Is about everybody, each blockchain in Cosmos Net on Tendermint could store some information privately in Secret Network. It's one huge solution for it. No other options right now. Yeah.
Which is
That-
which yeah, that's I feel like there's so many use cases that are incoming once IBC gets set up. So let's
yeah.
Alex, do you have any
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
Hopefully by the end of the year, right, guys?
Yeah, let's hope before 2021 get things
Mhm.
get things kicked off. So I got two questions left for you guys. This first one I like to ask guests. What does privacy mean to you guys? Because most people part of the secret network, like it's an important part of everyone's ethos. It's the uniting factor. So I would love to hear, what does privacy mean to you guys?
Whom do you want to start with, me or Gregory? I don't know. Gregory, perhaps.
Well, let's start with Gregory. We'll throw it to Gregory. Put him on the spot here.
No other ways to live in this world, because really a lot of huge cases are not about only big companies in about our lives. Yeah, connect to privacy. We want to hold our fund secretly encrypted, and we just want to publish our photo in Facebook for everybody. Yeah, so yeah, if you think about things that we publish in internet, it's not too much about our life. Yep. Other stuff, yeah, when we use our mobile app, banking app, when we send our emails, a lot of cases mostly about privacy. Yeah, and I'm a really true believer in secret network because of it. Yeah. Even when I think about problems, yeah, I know I'm thinking about another question. Yep, it's about, if data is privacy, is it fast to make equations, encrypted computing? Yeah, because when we have 5 and 2, 5 + 2, it's 7. Yep. But when 5 is encrypted and 2 is encrypted, yeah, how fast it will work? Yep. So many questions. Yep. But generally, I'm true believer in secret network, and I hope that these guys, tech team, will do their best, and we will help them in Citadel.
Very good. How about you, Alex?
About me, perhaps I can speak more from financial point of view. I can remember days or times when I was trading on the futures market, and I completely understand that there are like a whole bunch of markets and financial tools and products which are simply impossible without privacy, right? Like if you are trading futures and you are going long, you are trading not against some random guy who is going short, you are trading against like the whole market in general. So you need privacy by default in these cases, and that's why again I do believe that like if we like are dreaming about DeFi space reaching 1 trillion, we definitely need privacy, especially programmable privacy.
Totally.
Yeah, so I can imagine a lot of cases for secret network, like front running solutions, like private auctions and so on. And considering like personal privacy, if you would ask me, of course, it's another big concern, because here in Russia, we had a case recently when like one of our top football players was caught like with some his private files released into the public, and he lost his playing position and all other stuff. And it's really a hot topic here right now. It's not very, how to say, pleasant, nor for him, nor not for like the whole I don't know, football space.
Yep.
So we should care more about privacy. Me personally, I closed my I mean not shut down, but simply limited an access to my social networks accounts a long time ago. And I think people need to understand that like privacy, it's cool, but you still need to address it in a responsible way, let's say it so. And like we are going into the times when you will how to say, address this issue more and more responsibly. So privacy, it's a really how to say, money like privacy,
Right. And I think it's generationally, at least I can say out of the US, I feel like there's more and more people that are becoming passionate about personal privacy. And so I don't know the trends globally, but I would imagine.
Yeah, we can understand why, you know.
Yeah, I know, totally. So closing out here, I got like one question, then I'll give you guys the floor at the end. But so Citadel.One, what are your long-term goals as a validator? And in your mind, what separates a good validator from a great one?
Okay, so our long-term goal is to provide the best service possible. It's like a kind of a standard answer, I guess. But you know, I think it's not so hard to maintain a good uptime running your nodes if you have a good team. And I think people will become less focused on slashing and all other validator-related stuff or risks as time will go, and they will start focus on the real value which validators bring to the ecosystem. And actually, we can start to see this trend forming right now. And so we have a lot of great teams like Figment, who are taking their respective place, and our vision is kind of the same. We are focusing on delivering some real value for our customers, and like we are trying to provide them with the best UX UI solution, because we think that these kind of customers or customer focused products are still the missing piece of the puzzle. So the long-term goal is just to, you know, to build, I don't know.
Sure. So
Greg?
For me, differences between a good one and one of the best is about their deals. I think that best validator not only hold their node. Yeah, we know that privacy is good, absolutely. Yep, many cases. But if nobody implements it, if nobody will publish information about it, will do maybe their program solution, yeah, to just to guys, you are a huge company, look at this secret network. So and you know that you are working on something with SAP solution, for example. Do you want to store some data in blockchain between two companies? You want? So we made something for you. Yeah, just use it. This is a link to GitHub. Yeah. So not if you have a team of programmers. If you have a team of programmers, best that you can do is make something for secret networks. If you are not, you just share information about it, make interviews like it, publish posts, yeah, to make information open. Yep, to if next time somebody will think about running their own blockchain, yeah, I mean huge company, first they will think not about Hyperledger or Quorum, first they will think about secret network.
Right. So what I'm hearing there is, you know, if you can build and you have the skills to build, then absolutely do it. Build out those use cases. And if you can't, it's like you do everything in your power to spread secret network adoption and materials on it, and you build all that out. And I agree with you. If there's a, you know, a collaborative effort across the network, it's going to be awesome to see what can happen in the next 2 years. So Citadel.One, thank you so much for being on the show today and giving me your time. I always like to do this at the end of the show. I will hand the floor over to you, and this is your opportunity to look into the camera and talk straight to the secret network community. So Alex, if you want to go ahead, this is same with you, Gregory. This is your guys' chance to just talk straight to the community.
Okay, Alex, you want to say something?
Guys, I think like we are in the right place and in the right time. We just need to focus and continue to build, and like everything is gonna be awesome. It's my how to say, my vision, like what the future brings for the secret network.
Yeah, and I am going to mention again about information. Please tell about secret network for everybody. As a part of a technical team, we in Citadel.One, we will make our posts about secret network. We will publish some technical solution. You can follow our Twitter, Citadel.One, my Twitter. You can and register in Citadel.One, guys. Best solution for staking. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Gregory, Gregory, he started his Twitter like just a month ago, and he's really doing his best to deliver all the news about what we are doing. So if you like, then you can follow him and
I
get
will
all
for
the
sure be
information.
following right after this show. You gained a follower today.
Yeah, you know, he's publishing some really interesting information from time to time. Even like I'm following his Twitter to understand what is going on. You know?
Well, that's always a good place to be in. So thank you so much, Citadel.One. I will be posting their validator address below. Be sure to stake with them. Be sure to spread your stake. These are awesome contributors to the network, as you guys got to learn more about them today. So Alex and Gregory, thank you for so much for coming on to the show. And that's the episode for the day.